I wasn't sure that I wanted to do this video. In fact, the reason why I'm filming this video is because of an interesting conversation I recently had on Discord. Hi, my name is Salim Malouf, or more appropriately, Salim Malouf. I'm 29 years old, and honestly, these past 2 years are the worst years I've experienced. And a lot of people in the world that might be watching this, but I'm sure my audience is not that big. Honestly, you might feel like, yes, everybody's going through a bad phase. This passport, it brings anguish to a lot of people. This is a Lebanese passport. And all Lebanese people really understand what these 2 years have been. Before these past 2 years, honestly, I've been living a good life. I was working at a reputable company, earning a good wage, and I was able to engage in my hobbies, have a good relationship with my fiance. But the thing is, every Lebanese guy in my age understands this. Planning a future in Lebanon is a thought that nobody wants to think about. And the past 2 years have shown that we should have. So everybody was trying to find a way out of Lebanon. I consider myself privileged because of this. I'm currently in California, living with my brother. And the thing is, I never thought I would be here. I never thought that I would actually leave Lebanon. In fact, I was one of the few in my university that actually turned down a scholarship and wanted to build a life in Lebanon. I love Lebanon. I don't love the country, I just love being in Lebanon. I studied engineering, worked around 6 years, and I really didn't know what I was building towards. Those who remember, the real estate crisis started far beyond what was happening in 2019. A young guy like me would never even be able to consider buying a house. You need a loan. You need a subsidized loan. A subsidized loan that actually created, in fact, I think started this mess. A real estate market that should have popped didn't, and it kept growing. So a modest Lebanese guy like me couldn't really think about buying a house. And Lebanon, if you're not buying a house, you're not getting married. I've been in a relationship for almost 8 years. The last 2, I've been engaged. But not because I was ready. Me and my fiancé, we understand each other. And we agreed that until it's financially responsible, we wouldn't really try to get married. Lebanese guys, you know how it is. But here's the thing. Never became possible. The situation kept going on and on. Things kept getting worse. We moved from thinking about buying a house to thinking about renting a house. And then we couldn't even find rent. And then 2019 happened. And the mask fell off. I'm not gonna go through the details. Lebanese people, you've heard enough. And the world doesn't seem to care. So I'm not gonna bore them either. Honestly, I was as naive as you. I thought this was the answer. So I slowly started preparing for my transition to the US. But I didn't jump on it. I wanted to make sure to find a job before I moved. I couldn't just pick up and move. That's stupid. So I told the company I work for my plans, told them my target deadline. It was like 6 months off. And I started planning my wedding, started planning a temporary life here. Then August 4th happened. We almost died. The venue was destroyed. Everything was destroyed, so I just couldn't take it. The country was trying to kill us. So I knew I needed to find a quick way out. Even if that way out meant that I wouldn't get married and my fiance couldn't really follow me as quickly as I envisioned. And I actually managed to find a job. So I flew to the Midwest, Illinois. It wasn't the right job, but I really couldn't have known. Finding a job in the US, even if you were here, is really hard. Let alone if you're trying to find a job in Lebanon. This just gave me a conversation. So I flew to the Midwest without anyone to help me other than my company. Honestly, it was brutal. I'm a US citizen, but I don't have a history here. I don't have bank accounts. I don't have digital payments. I don't have ID. I only have my passport. I don't have credit history, nor would anyone give me a credit card. I didn't have a house. I couldn't rent a house. I needed help with that. I slept a couple of days in the office until the company could help me find a rent. Long story, that job didn't work out. And I had no one to help me. Quickly, I found myself in danger of being evicted, having nowhere to go. And honestly, if my brother wasn't here and was willing to drive halfway across the country to come pick me up with all my stuff and drive back through 2 snowstorms, I don't know what I've done. The difference between me and another Lebanese here in the US is that if you lose your job, you get sent back to Lebanon. If I lose mine, I'm homeless. Seriously, every time I think about it, if I didn't have my brother here, what would have I done? Would that outcome be better than the life I was living in Lebanon? I was living around family. There were people to support me. And if a part of my family wasn't here, I really don't know what I would have done. So, here I am. It's been 6 months. I'm a 29-year-old, soon to be 30, living like a teenager. Living with my brother. My brother is paying for me. He's giving me a home. During that time, I've been looking for a job. And honestly, if any of you look at my CV and my other professional presence online, you would really think, who wouldn't hire me? I thought the same. And I wasn't lazy. I was not lazy. I was applying everywhere. I was doing more than required. I was making cover videos. I was doing some networking. I was getting referrals. I was talking to the right people. But every time I was handed off to an HR team, I mysteriously and suddenly get disqualified. So you know what my passport gave me? It gave me opportunity. But it's not a really fair opportunity. It's the bare minimum. And making it abroad is not going to be easy. Even if you do get that visa. That's only the start. Even if you do go and get that student visa, how are you going to pay for it? If you do land a job, what are you depending on if you lose that job? So I urge you, if you think that all you need is a ticket out of this country, I urge you to reconsider. In fact, I urge you to understand what it means. I urge you to understand what it takes. If you don't have somebody established in that country, it's gonna be a hard time. Yes, some of you say anything's better than Lebanon. And here I am. I left Lebanon, so I must agree. But I need you to know that it's gonna be hard. I speak English, but yet everybody sees me as a Lebanese. I don't really identify with the Lebanese culture, yet I'm still seen as Lebanese. So even if I was born from an American mother, even though the government gave me a paper that tells me I'm a citizen, the country doesn't think I am. It's a long way ahead. So if you watch this video and started thinking to yourself about this kind of journey, I would urge you to leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. I would really love to know if people are interested in actually hearing about my story, about how I'm making it in this new country. Yes, I was lucky to get this passport, but I didn't win. I just got a chance to play. An uneven chance. If you're interested to hear my story, please tell me in the comments. Even if it will help one person understand the true reality of how it is to leave Lebanon. شباب الصبايا، ضحكيكم بلبناني. البلد سرقوه منا، ما حدا باله فينا. اهتموا بحالكم شو ما كان هالشي يتطلب. إذا بيتطلب إنه تفلوا من البلد، عرفوا إنه الطريق صعبة بس مش مستحيل. وإذا لقيتوا إنه قصتي بتساعدكم تفهموا الحقيقة أكتر، please share, like, comment. هذا أقل شي فيكم تعملوه لتساعدوني وصل هالفكرة. أنا كان عندي الحظ إنه أخلق معي هالباسبور، بس هاد تبليش. So everyone, see you in the next video.